Anime these days is fast-paced. Not the shows itself, but how we consume it. Getting through a series means nothing anymore. People pretty much binge a whole show during a lunch break at work. But that type of binging leaves an empty feeling at the end. None of the anime have any staying power, and I wonder if it actually messes with how we enjoy anime. I kind of miss going on interesting journeys that stayed with me. Even with quality shows that get high praise, I just don't feel that magic anymore. So on a debate on how to watch anime, either weekly or binge it, I've decided to top it a bit and watch it monthly, exactly how it was supposed to be watched. Let me explain. Katanagatari might seem like a normal show, but it's not. Every episode is around 50 minutes long, and an even weirder twist is that it aired monthly, spanning an entire year. That's kinda like Netflix's nightmare. With every new episode that aired, a month also passed in the anime, so I want to watch it as it was meant to be watched. Monthly. I mean, this video is only going to take like a year of my life, but whatever. I'm just interested in seeing how this affects my viewing pleasure and where I'll be by the end of the series. But let's note it down. Every month, there shall be a Katanagatari day, and I will be watching that shit without fail. So let's get on to episode number 1. I'm so excited! No! Aside from giving you thoughts about the show, it's also a good chance to see how I changed throughout the year, if at all. So the reason for such a wide shot is to give you a glimpse of my life, my surroundings, my setup, and a bit of the outside life. But now for episode 1. How was it? Is it a watch or a not? Well, the beginning itself was quite amazing. It had an amazing background track that accompanied the visuals real well. Although story-wise it went with that classical trope of starting from somewhere completely different, so it wouldn't start with something boring like introducing the main characters living their mundane lives on an empty island. Either way, that's not as important, as we now go to our main characters. The boy and his sister. The girl. That wasn't the sister though, just saying. But then, a hot girl arrives to the island to spout exposition in our faces and start the epic hero's journey. The main gist is that a dude made 1,000 swords, out of which 12 are super powerful. And the shogun now wants a 12 for himself, so the people wouldn't do an uprising or something. But everybody who they sent to retrieve them, the ninjas, the warriors, end up betraying them because, you know, the swords hold the power to rule entire countries, so why give them away? That's where this girl, the strategist, comes to play. She wants the boy to retrieve the swords because he's a master of one certain technique where he fights without using swords because the swords were in him all along. As in, he uses his hands instead of swords. Of course he wants something out of it, and it's not wealth or money or honor, but instead love. And yes, she offers him to fall in love with her. That's it. Now, action-wise, it's kinda like Naruto, in a way that it seems like a super awesome battle is about to commence between two epic rivals, but then it becomes a 10-minute talking fest with no action at all, and ends up with a couple of still frames of action, and then it ends up being resolved and the main guy wins. The first episode ends with the girl and the guy heading off to retrieve the other 11 swords. And I got to say, I enjoyed it. You wouldn't believe what I found. It's the meme picture with the girl pulling out something from her mouth. Oh my god, this is where it's from. It wasn't anything special, but I can see myself watching it for the pure simplistic entertainment value that it provides. Can't wait to see another episode a month from now. A month has passed. So what has happened to me in the past month? Well, I got my microphone jack on my camera fixed, so you should be hearing a different quality of audio now, which might be better or worse than before. I don't know, and I'm probably not gonna know until 10 months from now. So, good luck future me in editing the audio. I know it's only the second month, but watching it monthly hasn't really hit me yet. I was hoping I'd get into a routine and make a big thing out of it by doing it once a month, but it feels more of an obligation right now than just sitting down and having a good time. Though, don't tell me I didn't try, because I did go out of my way to go to Subway, get some food, and really bring my levels of enjoyment up. But let's cover the anime itself. So, come a bit closer. Just... I mean, you don't have any legs. Fuck. Okay. Overall, it's a pretty standard episode. Get to a new place, find a new opponent, defeat them, and da-da-da-da-da. But what really stood out to me was this part in the middle where they got really meta. Since, aside from the main mission of retrieving 12 swords, the girl is also writing a story about him, and she needs good material to write about. The problem being that he's a bit too much of a basic boy. He doesn't have any extreme features, isn't charismatic, and doesn't stand out. He doesn't even really struggle taking down his enemies, so he's also pretty OP. Now, if this description seems a bit familiar, then that's probably because 90% of the main characters in anime fit that description. Just having a blank space that the viewer can insert themselves into. And while I don't like to praise self-awareness because yeah, you can make fun of yourself, but if that doesn't lead to anything then it's kinda useless, here they do try to develop him and make him more outgoing. Also, I'm starting to appreciate the talking before and during fights. While in the previous episode it was kind of putting to hear a cocky ninja talking all the time and not really going anywhere with the fight, here it's an old swordsman and some of the dialogue between them gets philosophical and inspiring. They don't just talk for the sake of talking, they respect each other, and the talking is even a form of fighting here. I don't even mind the fight itself, which took around 5 seconds. Yeah, an hour-long episode for 5 seconds of action. And surprisingly, it wasn't boring. They're not usually an hour-long Sakuga-filled battles that span 2 freaking seasons. But then again, realism isn't something I fancy in my anime. So let's wait until next month and see what I think of it then. How do you like this transition? Okay, and another month has passed. As you can see, much hasn't changed, aside from the lighting, because, well, winter is coming and it's getting darker. And I also got myself a new lav mic. Also, I don't have my laptop here anymore because, well, I can just do this and you're gonna see whatever I want you to see. So, let's just get on to the show now. Episode 3. And they also did confirm in the beginning of the episode that 3 months has passed in the show itself. So we're on track, boys. I mean, you know the gist of it. They arrive at a new place, they meet their new opponent, who is the calmest of the bunch yet. It's a sword maiden or something like that, who's surrounded by little girls with stuff on their faces. I'd say that was the weakest episode of bunch yet. Also, do they need to have the ninjas in every episode? Because I'm starting to notice a pattern here. Each time the ninja is even more obnoxious than the time before. What's their plan here? Dude knew that they had 2 legendary swords there that can take down like 20,000 people, so can he really like take them on all by himself? I mean, he couldn't, he instantly got slaughtered, but yeah, we're probably gonna see all of the ninjas in every episode. Either way, this has been this episode. Thank you for watching. I'm kidding. Not thank you for watching. Well, thank you that you are watching, but you still have a lot of episodes to go through. So I'm gonna do a neater transition for the next one. And I'll see you in a month. Holy crap, I did not expect this to last for a month at all. But somehow it did. And it's time for another episode. I got my McDonald's, I got my video right here. So let's watch. I hate to say this, but Katanagatari isn't intriguing enough to be watched on a monthly basis. But I started this project and I will end it. The thing is that it's just a bit too much asked for a pretty standard action anime. That being said, I thought that this episode was one of the best yet. It actually doesn't focus on the main character at all. Instead it focuses on his sister who's left behind on the island, who we thought is this little helpless lamb, and she's going to be ambushed by the Maniwa corpse. Now this time they have 3 of them instead of 1, and it's this thing called the Insect Squad, because all of them have insect abilities. Dude, ninjas are really weird in anime, but they're also the life of this episode. They're filled with all kinds of charm, and even though their mission is to capture the sister, we, or at least I, ended up cheering for them. Mostly because the sister is a bit of a freak though, and I felt sorry for the guys. It turns out that the sister is one of the strongest people on Earth, maybe? Because apparently she can learn everything by just looking at it. One of the Manima Corps members has the ability to grow his fingernails, and she instantly copied the power. And we're also shown that she has all the powers that the boy has, and that she's actually a level above him. Yeah, this was a really big switch from all the happy-go-lucky episodes. She completely demolishes all 3 of them without any mercy, and then even threatens us that she's gonna go and get the swords for herself to help her brother out because she doesn't believe that he has enough power to get them. No, leave him alone. We don't need your help, you little bitch. And the episode ends with them talking and saying that they already got the sword, so it happened off screen. I don't really mind it because we got their action scene and probably a better fight with the sister and the ninjas. But then again, you hyped up the sword owner being one of the best sword owner yet. So for that to happen off screen, that was just a bit weird. Either way, let's wait until next month for another episode. Yay. Okay, so a month has passed and I really don't have enough time for this. There's nothing to update you on, and I still have the same feelings as I did a month ago. I'll see you guys next month. So I've gone past the limit where I'm too lazy to even record a video. Yeah, just enjoy these nice motion graphics. If I even make this video at then, cause right now I'm thinking, this is really garbage. So what happened in this episode? Well, they entered the winter level with a lot of snow and everything that you think would happen. They got another sword, they fought against another Manima Corps member because, you know, they have to fight in every episode. Either way, really, it's too episodic in nature to enjoy on a monthly basis. I'm not looking forward to another half freaking season. So, new year, new me. Honestly, there's not even much to say. It's just kind of boring. It's very boring. Not even kinda, it's just really boring. Last episode ended with his sister going on her way to get a sword or something, and in this episode, he's facing off against his sister, who is much stronger than him. God, I hate global warming. I wanted snow, man. It finally snowed here. I was so depressed about it last month, so when it finally arrived, I decided to better myself and start shooting in 4K again, cause it looked so much better. And finally, like, oh my god, the sun is out. Don't all the shadows on my face look so artsy? Well, no, it just looks bad. Either way, this episode, how was it? It wasn't good. You know it's not good. It has been only downhill for the past, I don't know how many months. But this episode really brought on some Samurai Jack vibes, because they're fighting off against a doll, and that doll is operated by machinery, has like 4 legs, 4 arms, and really, it seems to be from the future. Nothing really fits into this world. Again, they had to kill off one of the Manima Corps members because that's apparently a trope in this show. It's not even entertaining, it's just like, you know, it's gonna happen, and when it happens, it's like, okay, is there a reason to it? There's 3 members left there, and there's 4 episodes left, so, like, I don't know, man, I don't care. It wasn't good. It's not a good episode. It wasn't entertaining. It only made me want to watch Samurai Jack again. Because Samurai Jack is just superior in every literal way. And they're very similar. It's pretty much episodic. They try something new out in every episode, so it's pretty different. But while in Samurai Jack it was more concise, it was 20 minutes per episode, it was interesting, the plot was philosophical, it made you think, it made you feel emotion, and the composition of the shots were nice, it was really well animated. Here, I'm not looking forward to the next month. That's all I'm gonna say. But either way, I don't know, let's jump on to next month. Okay, so things have really changed since the last time I watched an episode. So I thought this would be a nice time to go outside and, you know, get some fresh air because God knows I don't get enough of it. But new episode, how was it? What I did really start to notice is that the designs are cool. It does look cartoonish, but I like how everything looks. And that the ending of the episode, where of course you need to have a Manima Corps person in there being killed, because that's, you know, that's the core of this show. The ninja actually empowers the other person, but they just go full Indiana Jones and, you know, bust a gun out, which was pretty unexpected, but overall, yeah, pretty bland episode. The only reason why I'm looking forward to watching another one of the episodes is to make another video, hopefully back at my own home, with no viruses going around and everybody being much happier. Cause, oh my god, since the last episode, things really went down. But yeah, okay, I mean, see you in a month, I guess. I'm heading back to civilization now. Okay, so you might have noticed that things are a bit different around here. Like, Where's my table? Thing is, I'm moving, so this is gonna be the last time I'm here. Pretty much. Aside from cleaning. Tons of cleaning. So yeah, I'm going off to bigger and greener pastures. Pastures, yeah. Holy crap, that's a wide angle. Okay, I'm gonna scooch a little closer. Yeah. You like seeing that, don't you? Goddamn. Enough of me. Let's talk about the show. In a surprising turn of events, I actually kind of even like this episode. Like, it's not the best, but okay, it was kind of the best. Every time I start watching this anime, I'm still impressed at how visually unique it looks. It had a really interesting way of doing the fight that happened in every episode, and I'd say that this is one of the best paced episodes yet. The calm tones really fit here. It's like Mushishi. There's something always happening, but on the other hand, there really isn't that much happening, and I'd probably hate it if every episode was like this. Then again, it's nothing special, just compared to the previous episodes. I still don't want to watch it next month, but I was just pleasantly surprised when I started watching it, cause I didn't want to watch it this month either. Also, they hit one of the meme sentences in this episode, which is writing masterpiece. People die when they are killed. Yeah, that's a statement you needed to have. It has to be some kind of saying in Japanese. It has to, otherwise, why? So yeah, let's meet again next month and do the same thing. I moved, as you can see. Yay! I do like this place more, it's much bigger and I can actually use my green screen properly now. At this point, I honestly have no idea what this series is even about. And I mean this video series, not this anime. Because I know I planned out these transitions between episodes, but I've mostly given up everything by now, except I had my downfall where I didn't even want to record any video, and now I'm just like over the hump and I'm setting up my lights, as you can see. I'm not that half-assing it anymore, but I'm still pretty half-assing it. But that's enough for the vlog part. Let's actually talk about the episode itself. Honestly, nothing that noticeable to say here. It's hard to say if it's good or not. Like, I don't think I have the objective reasoning to tell you if it's worth your while. Like, God damn it. Personally, I feel like it's kind of garbage. And I'm not pulling it out of my ass because I was just bored. I know people need to have interactions, so we see that they do care about each other, that it builds relationships between characters, but there has to be a way to make it more interesting. Here, they're just repeating facts that we already know, like him killing her father and causing pain, and then talking about how they don't want to leave each other after this is over. Yeah. It's character development, but it's not good character development. I don't care more about them. I know all that about them already. I know that their ancestors had bad blood. I know that they're not gonna leave each other and they care about each other. And it's like 10 minutes of just talking. It's not interesting talking. They don't change camera angles. Is it supposed to be emotional, intense? Maybe, but that's not how I feel. But let's actually get to the good part that I did enjoy this month, which is the fact that one of the Maniwa Corps members is a little kid. This penguin kid right here. And the thing being that this guy, like, wants to kill all of them because Princess's orders and stuff, and he's the one to, like, do the dirty work. And the guy actually pulls out the gun, puts it in the kid's mouth, and pulls the trigger, and we see blood flying everywhere. Didn't expect them to go this dark. And then they go to another 10-minute dialogue between the main characters and the final core member, whose sword is actually possessing him, but the sword is a person, maybe from the future, who can see the future and has like abilities from the future. I don't know. Either way, after the 10 minutes of talking about like being the greatest of everybody, our main character just wins. Like, it isn't even a tough battle. It seems like the other dude is supposed to be winning, but he's just happy about getting his ass kicked, and that's about it. It's a really sad fight, because I was expecting something much more, but it just ends with a win, and that's all. And that's pretty much it for the Maniwa Corps, because all of them dead. And it ends with a cliffhanger. The assassin dude showing up, and, spoiler alert, just putting a bullet through her. And honestly, this really just reminds me of Naruto, where he just unleashes the beast in him and yeah, just defeats the evil villain guy, cause I don't know, man. There is an overarching story here, but it's also very episodic, so it just feels like it could be compressed down into 3 20-minute episodes. If I were going to be binging it, I probably would give it a 7 out of 10. But since I'm watching it monthly, how it's meant to be watched, I'm guessing, it's more like a 5 out of 10. They have been going through the same routine for the past 11 episodes, and I just like, I don't know, man. I don't care that much about this. Let's check back in for the final episode next month, which is gonna be like in 1 second for you. This is special effect. I just poof away and then I poof back in the next episode, except I'm not gonna poof back in because I'm gonna forget what I did a month ago. So I just finished recording a Dr. Mudan video, and this place is a mess. Like, god damn, every time. I mean, I've cleaned like half of it up, but like still. Anyways, this is it. The final video. How was it? Well, it was not good. Not good. So it opened up with a 10-minute speech about death, which you think would have been this philosophical, magical thing. And it kind of was, but it also really wasn't. It was average. It was like any death scene you'd ever seen. There was some symbolistic things thrown in, like, oh, let's have some actually great composition, great visuals, visual storytelling. But now let's get to the action. I mean, there's like 30 minutes left, and he has to get his revenge. It's pretty much a boss rush. Every level is a deviant blade that he got back to them, but now he's actually breaking them. And it's kind of straightforward. I mean, he spends like, what, half a minute per person, where usually 90% of it is just talking about how they're so powerful, and then 10% is him beating them in like one hit. Except one little girl, because she was kind of quirky, I guess. I don't know. Then it ends with him destroying the castle. I know, man. It was kind of bland. But now for my overall review of this show, which I'm sure you're so excited about. Which is, yeah, it's kind of bland. After seeing everything through, I don't think there's one single thing that I would say in conclusion that I haven't said already. It's kind of pretty at times, but the story itself is repetitive. It's almost episodical in nature. You know what's going to happen. You know they're gonna get the blade, they're gonna kill one of the assassins, and they're just gonna journey forward. I can see why people would like it. I can see how it can be appreciated. It has visuals, it has metaphors, it's fun to a certain degree, but for 12 hours, which is incredibly long, and especially to watch it as it was meant to be watched or as it aired, is such a overkill. On paper, I should love this, but I don't. Is it the problem with me or with the show itself? I can't say. Maybe if you've seen this recently, not in your childhood, what do you think of this? Okay, final conclusion words. It wasn't that good. I didn't like it that much. It might be good. I'm not sure. I'm not a professional animator. Whatever. Thank you all for coming on this journey with me. I can't imagine it being really fun or interesting to listen to, because it wasn't really that fun for me. I just want this to get out there, out of me, all the hatred, all the pent-up anger. This is just a way of releasing the burden from my shoulders. Thank you guys for watching this first video on my second channel, and I'll see you probably never, cause I don't know if I'm gonna do this again, or any videos on this channel. Maybe I will, I don't know.